Welcome to the NHL and ASL Weekly Show. Myself and Noah Blankenship will highlight the Winter Classic environments for this week's episode. Before I forget, please subscribe to Max, as well as, if you live in Canada, Sportsnet Plus. The reason being is that we, NHL and ASL, will be broadcasting live during the Winter Classic for the first time ever. This will occur on December 31st, 5 p.m. Eastern Time and 4 p.m. Central Time. In the 2008 Winter Classic, we had the Pittsburgh Penguins facing off against the Buffalo Sabres in the first ever Winter Classic in NHL history. As you can see, the fans were absolutely ballistic, loving the snow globe type of atmosphere. It was the first outdoor regular season game in the United States. Pittsburgh won in a shootout. In the 2009 Winter Classic, which was held at Wrigley Field, the same location as the upcoming Winter Classic being held at Wrigley Field in Chicago. This was the first outdoor game to involve the original 6 teams, with the Detroit Red Wings facing off against the Chicago Blackhawks. Here we have the 2010 Winter Classic between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Boston Bruins. At Fenway Park, the iconic Green Monster scoreboard was used for the game. It was a 35-degree game, and Boston won 2-1 in overtime. In the 2011 Winter Classic, we had the Washington Capitals facing off against the Pittsburgh Penguins, held at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. It was originally scheduled for 1 but was postponed until 8, giving a cool nighttime atmosphere with Washington winning 3-1. In the 2012 Winter Classic, we had the New York Rangers facing off against the Philadelphia Flyers, where they played at the Philadelphia Phillies baseball field while the U.S. Air Force fighter jet flyover happened during the anthem. The Rangers won 3-2. In the 2014 Winter Classic, this was the first time ever being played in a college stadium at Michigan, aka the Big House in Ann Arbor, Michigan. This was a packed house with 105,491 fans, a record setter. It was a snow globe and frigid type of atmosphere, Toronto winning in a shootout. In the 2015 Winter Classic, we had the Chicago Blackhawks facing off against the Washington Capitals, played at Nationals Park. The Capitol building replica and the player entrances on the ice sheet was designed to look like the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. Washington won 3-2. In the 2016 Winter Classic, the Boston Bruins became the first NHL team to host 2 Winter Classic games. This one was hosted at Gillette Stadium, which is the home of the 2015 Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. Montreal won 5-1, where the event had over 67,000 fans. In the 2017 Winter Classic, we had the Chicago Blackhawks at the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis won 4-1. This year's Winter Classic will be a rematch of these two teams. Can Chicago win the rematch in their home city? Let's find out. In 2018, which recognized the 10th Winter Classic and the logo symbolizing it with the Roman numeral, you see the New York City cab and streets that represent New York City in the environment. Rangers beat the Buffalo Sabres 3-2 in overtime. In the 2019 Winter Classic, we had the Boston Bruins facing off against the Chicago Blackhawks, held at Notre Dame football field. The Chicago Blackhawks were escorted by the pipes and drums of the Chicago Police Department. Boston prevailed, winning 4-2. In the 2020 Winter Classic between the Dallas Stars and the Nashville Predators, both franchises won their first ever NHL outdoor game, held at the Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas. This game was the warmest Winter Classic game on record at 55 degrees. Dallas won 4-2. In the 2022 Winter Classic, we had the St. Louis Blues facing off against the Minnesota Wild with the coldest game ever, -6 degrees. No big deal for the Blues as they arrived in beach attire. This game highlighted Minnesota's culture with woodcutting and ice fishing. St. Louis prevailed, winning 6-4. In the 2023 Winter Classic between the Boston Bruins and the Pittsburgh Penguins, both teams appeared at Fenway Park wearing vintage baseball uniforms. They wore that during warm-ups as well. Temperature was 51 degrees and Boston won 2-1. In the 2024 Winter Classic, we had the Vegas Golden Knights facing off against the Seattle Kraken, played at T-Mobile Park, home of the Mariners, where the Pike Place Market fishmongers tossed fish over the Seattle Kraken as the team entered the stadium, paying homage to the fish market and the fish toss. Seattle ended up winning 3-0.